Hello, welcome or welcome back. It's good to see you. This is a timeless reading for whoever needs to hear it, so if the message resonates or you find it helpful, then it's for you. I'm filming this on the new moon in Virgo, August 22nd, 2025, so that energy is present, very much influencing this reading. There is a lot of divine feminine energy that has been coming forward, not just today, but this whole last week. I have felt divine feminine energy. I'm hearing making her presence known, so that might be something that you're also going through right now. Maybe your own divine feminine energy is making an appearance in a very big, powerful way. So when I first connected with the energy a little while ago, I saw this version of the High Priestess in my mind's eye. This is from Tarot of the Abyss. And what I feel is you're wanting to cross a threshold. You're ready to cross a threshold. You are facing off in a way with the High Priestess, looking at that gate, that portal in the background, and you know you're ready to walk through it. But in order to do that, you have to, in some way, master your unconscious mind. So I feel like a lot of you are already doing this, but if you're not, Spirit is saying this is the time to do that. You have to unlock something before you can cross that threshold. Unlocking something is you crossing the threshold. Okay? And that thing you're unlocking, no matter how it's manifesting for you in the 3D, that thing you're unlocking is the power of your unconscious mind. Let me look at my notes here. You're learning the language of your unconscious mind, how it speaks to you, as well as how you can speak to it. Okay, this is like the missing link in so many ways, mastering your unconscious mind. Okay, you can feel in a way that's almost unexplainable. You can feel that something really big and beautiful, wilder than your wildest dreams is what I'm hearing. It's coming. It lives on the other side of that threshold. That's why you want to cross it, obviously. So there's a lot of building faith, I feel, that you have in yourself and your own power. And you mastering your unconscious mind or learning more about your unconscious mind, that is not only the reflection of your growing faith in yourself, it is also something that will continue to build your faith in yourself, right? It's like the lemniscat. Okay, let's jump into some oracle cards here. So the High Priestess is the theme of this whole reading. You're not only more clearly receiving intuitive impressions, you're also being able to impress your unconscious mind. Back and forth, back and forth. You impress your unconscious through repetition. It's like you're seeing more clearly how, the stories that you tell yourself are the foundation of your life and how it unfolds. So there's questioning here around, what story have I always told myself about myself? Is that the story I want to keep telling myself? Ha! New moon. New life at the bottom of the deck. Whoa. Whoa. Okay. This new moon is also like the threshold. It's like the archway in the background. It's a portal. It's an opening. Okay. So all my readings are timeless. Doesn't matter when you see this. But again, this new moon energy is influencing this reading. So whenever you see this, you have an opportunity here to walk through a threshold into what? I don't know. New life. Yes, I do. But you're realizing that it's not because, this is it. You're realizing that it's not just because you've been gifted this sort of like divine stroke of luck. You're realizing that you can walk through this portal into a new life, a new reality or embodiment, a new energy, a whole new experience, because you've decided to, because you want to, and that's it. This is like that message that came through me a really long time ago, actually. You are divine timing. You're divine timing. You're making some kind of a decision, or you're about to make some kind of a decision that is going to change your life forever. It's going to usher in a new era of life. And it's because you realize that you're the power. You're not outsourcing your power to anyone or anything. You are not waiting for the universe to feel generous. You're the universe. You're the universe. Whatever you tell yourself repeatedly is what will be. What you tell yourself, what you believe in, what you assume is what you will see, right? Oh my goodness. Okay, this is really powerful. Let's pull some more tarot cards. Okay, it's making me think. I just have to say this. I know I referenced the Never-Ending Story in my last reading. I'm gonna do it again, okay? Because I love it, and it's life. So, for those of you who have seen the movie, The Never-Ending Story, but not read the book, the movie actually ends about halfway through the story of the book. So if you read The Never-Ending Story, there's like a whole other unfolding that continues beyond the end point of the movie. And it is essentially about the main character, Bastian, realizing he has the power of God. Whatever he can imagine immediately manifests. So you can imagine how that goes. And it boils down to, you know, this essential question that the Empress, which actually, I think she fell out. Where was she here? Oh, I think I shuffled it. But the Empress did fall out while I was pre-shuffling the deck too. The Empress in the movie and in the book asks Bastian, what do you wish? What do you wish? A fancy way of saying, what do you want? Because you can have it. If you can imagine it, you can create it. So that question is here. If you knew that whatever you imagined could manifest, the question is only, what do you want? And I have found over and over and over again in my own journey that that's really the most important question. I mean, there's lots of important questions, but that's arguably one of the most important questions, because it's easy to think that we want something when we believe we can't have it. It's easy to think that we want something when it feels far off. Like, oh, you know, when we feel detached or distanced. But if you knew that what you wanted would manifest like that, what would that change? Are you really ready to hold what you're asking for? That's also coming through. Okay. Part of you crossing this threshold is realizing you have to be the kind of person who would not just experience what you want once, but be able to hold it. What do you need to think and believe about yourself in order to hold what you're asking for, right? Not just have it poof and then dissipate as quickly as it poofed. Okay, that's new life. That is what permanent new life looks like. Not just flashes of kind of sort of what you want sometimes, but permanency, right? Permanency. Okay, where do we even go from here? I'm seeing 12:12 in my mind's eye, even though it's 10:12 on the timer. I don't know. Just tell me a little bit more about what the collective is going through. Nine of Wands. Eight of Swords. Whoa. Okay, talk about limiting beliefs. Oh my gosh. The two cards that, in their own way, pretty much capture the experience of feeling stuck. But the reality is, you are making yourself stuck. You're not actually stuck. Nope. You're not actually stuck. You're unraveling all of these limiting beliefs that have held you captive, I'm hearing, held you captive in an old story of pain. Okay? The Nine of Wands is reliving a painful situation over and over and over and over again. It's like Groundhog Day in the worst possible sense. But it's because you keep reliving the same thing because you keep thinking the same thing. And of course, you know, we can consciously choose new thoughts, but what really manifests permanently in the long term is our unconscious thoughts, our beliefs, which are thoughts we just keep thinking, right? Our assumptions. So there's like deep mental unraveling happening here, which is amazing. The Eight of Swords contains, maybe more than any other card, the possibility of true freedom, because this means you have the ability to free yourself of your own mind, right? That is the ultimate freedom. Sovereignty over your own mind is true freedom. So maybe you're doing a lot of like unconscious reprogramming, repatterning, impressing your unconscious mind with new thoughts, right? You can do this, and if you're not doing that, I feel like Spirit is saying do that. You can do this in a variety of different ways through, you know, meditation or hypnosis, channeling, but primarily repetition. It's so interesting. You really impress the subconscious mind through repetition. What you tell yourself over and over and over is what your subconscious mind believes to be true, because your subconscious mind doesn't have eyes, right? It doesn't have a concept of time. Whatever you're imagining is what it... Imagine cutting a lemon, okay? Like, feel the lemon. Cut the lemon in half. Taste it. It's like your body immediately starts reacting like it's happening, even though it's not. So look at the Nine of Wands here. It's like over and over and over and over and over and over and over. You've relived this same kind of pain because in here you're living the same thought, right? But this is what you're ready to alchemize. This is what you're letting go of. This is what is up for alchemization. Tell me a little bit more about what's coming. Like, what is this amazing thing that's coming on the other side of that threshold? The thing you can feel, but you can't, you don't have like tangible evidence for, right? What's coming on the other side of this threshold? Aha, okay. Five of Pentacles. Interesting. Page of Cups. Huh. Page of Cups is very impressionable. This is an awakening. Give me 1 second here. Strength underneath of that. I just feel like this is you directly rewriting from the ground up your story relative to lack. I mean, that's kind of the Five of Pentacles in its most essential definition. It's lack of connection, lack of resources, lack of assistance, lack of finances, anything really. Feeling left out, left behind. So however that story of lack has shown up for you over and over and over and over and over and over, you're bringing a fresh perspective to that. You know, the Page of Cups is curiosity, childlike energy. Feeling something before you know it. And that's again, that's kind of what I feel like you're going through. Like you can feel something before you know it. So you are through your feelings, through your intuition, and again, like water is the unconscious mind. High Priestess, water, unconscious mind. You're beginning to impress a new story relative to this pattern, right? Whatever your Five of Pentacles is. That's what's coming on the other side of all of this. When you cross that threshold, you can begin again. You will be given a fresh start, new life. You will be given a fresh start relative to that story, that painful story. 10 of Pentacles. You'll be able to alchemize the 5 into the 10. From disconnection to connection, from lack to abundance. There's so much hopefulness here. It's like the hope of a child. That's what you'll experience again when you cross this threshold. The innocence, the belief that anything is possible. What's the challenge that the collective is facing? What's the primary challenge that the collective is facing? 55. Ace of Wands. Nah. 6 of Pentacles. Ugh. It's interesting, this Ace of Wands, it almost looks like a phoenix rising in that image. Let's clarify with an oracle card. For some of you, you might be, there's a hair. For some of you, you might be feeling like if you make this big shift and you cross this threshold and you choose yourself, you're going to be leaving somebody behind. You might be, for just some of you, take it if it resonates. Some of you might be afraid that choosing yourself means you'll have to leave somebody behind. And that scares you, right? I don't know if that's just coming through. But the first thing I was getting with this Ace of Wands being the challenge is this feeling of like impulse, like wanting to make something happen immediately, or I don't know. Fire, yeah. I'm hearing jumping to conclusions, wanting to rush something, or being in the energy of rushing. Yeah, being in the energy of rushing, which is an interesting nuance to what came through earlier about you being divine timing. You know, you are divine timing. You are the universe. You don't have to wait. You don't have to wait. But, and so maybe you know that on some level this awareness is sinking in. And so that's birthing in you a desire to make something happen immediately. But then you're in the energy of rushing. Then you immediately are tipping into the energy of desperation or the embodiment of lack. Because you're very focused on the fact that it's not here right now immediately. So you're then not in the energy you want to be in anymore, right? You create your reality from the state that you hold. So how would you feel if it was already done? You wouldn't be feeling rushed. You wouldn't be feeling pressured. You wouldn't be worried, right? You wouldn't be trying to force anything to happen, because it's already done. It's already in you with 2121 on the timer. So it's this, the challenge here is to feel all of your potential, feel all of this incredible potential and your own power without it tipping you into like a state of self-induced pressure or rushing, or thinking to yourself like, I want to manifest this right now. Why isn't it happening? Why isn't it happening? Why isn't it happening? The Six of Pentacles is this give and take of energy. Rhythm. Yeah. Rhythm is coming through. Something about rhythm. Like if you want something, you have to intend it or imagine it or put it out, but then you have to wait for that wave to come back to you. Because that's the law of rhythm. Yeah, that lemniscat is coming through again. There's an analogy I gave one time to a mentorship client, and it really helps her. And it's coming to me again now. It's the analogy of a walkie-talkie. If you send out your message into the walkie-talkie, you have to hold down the button, right? I assume. You have to hold down the button, speak into it, and then you have to let go of the button and wait for the person to respond. If you're constantly pressing down that button on the walkie-talkie, like, I want this, where are you, where are you, where are you? Well, you're never making space for the the message to come back to you. You're never making space for what you want to come in. Okay? So there's just an invitation here to bring awareness around that. Are you releasing your finger from the walkie-talkie button? Are you leaning back? Are you making space to receive what you want? Or are you just constantly, in more of that masculine energy? Pushing, forcing, where is it, right? Definitely embrace this feminine energy. So what's the advice? Let's clarify the advice. And then we'll get some journal prompts and a closing message. The Fool. Beautiful. Yes. Believe. Oh my gosh. Page of Swords. So you've got 2 pages now. And then the Magician underneath of that, we have to take it. Yes, we do. You know it's time for a new chapter to start. You just know it. You're right. It's time. But that new chapter, this fresh start, this new life, it will start the second you give yourself a new mental start. The second it's new in here, it's going to be new out there. That is your magician power. That's everything. And yes, you do have to, just like going back to the High Priestess, right? She's holding that yin-yang symbol, conscious and unconscious. Yes, there are things that you can consciously focus on and consciously work on in order to bring about what you want. And also, at this time, it is imperative for you to start harnessing your unconscious mind as well. That is you addressing the whole picture, the entire iceberg, not just the tip of the iceberg, but the 90% of the iceberg under the surface. Okay, so this complete mental evolution, revolution, I'm hearing, that's the thing that will catalyze you across the threshold. Give yourself new life in here first, okay? And then you will absolutely start to channel through the magician. You will channel new things into existence. I love how there's a spiral over his heart. As above, so below. As within, so without. Let's get some journal prompts from my deck. What do you wish? What do you want? Are you sure? Are you sure you want that? If what you wanted would manifest right this very second, are you ready? Are you really ready? Is it possible to experience true connection if you're not authentic? Maybe what you're desiring on the other side of this threshold in this new reality is a new kind of relationship, or new relationship dynamics in general. How would you approach your problem differently? How would you approach your problem differently if you saw it as a fun puzzle to solve rather than a burden? Definitely, with both of the page cards coming through, as well as the Fool, and just all this divine feminine energy, there's certainly an invitation to be more playful. Definitely be more playful as you rewire yourself. It's a game, basically. Let's get one more. What do you wish you could tell someone that you feel like you can't? Yeah, lots coming through about relationship dynamics and honest communication. All right, let's get a closing message from a compendium of Witch's Oracle. The Stargazer, number 7. I feel like, these two totally go together. Okay. Let's see what the guidebook says. That night sky is your unconscious mind. Okay. Research, patience, dedication, and confidence. The stargazer's eyes wander around the firmament. She is looking for answers, armed with faith and unwavering determination. As the clouds disperse to show the heavenly arch blossoming with stars, she feels embraced by its greatness, not crushed. Representing our ability to patiently work towards our goals, the stargazer promotes confidence in our vision, especially in times when our spirit is tested. 9 of Wands, 8 of Swords. Talk about being tested. The true test is, can you tell yourself a new story? Can you literally transmute your own self-concept so that different things start to manifest? You are the universe. Have faith in your vision. Have faith in that feeling that something amazing is coming. If you believe that every day, not just once, but every day, then something amazing will come. Okay. All right. Thank you for letting me read for you. I hope this was helpful, or at least thought-provoking. All of the journal prompts will be in the description box along with my links. And I think that's it. Happy new moon. Bye.